two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. At a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To
throw on 2nd down, Fields. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. He'll find Lindsey here. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Off the play fake. Fields. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Throwing on first down. Fields. He's letting it flip into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down past the 30. He's got daylight past the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 80 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team. And think about this.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Fields. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down. This quarterback now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. To throw on 3rd down, Fields. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Fields. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A big play that time for the Raiders. 42 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases.
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again, Dallas Goedert marching back onto the field. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016, probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way. He solved it each and every time. Maybe our guy can get that way in this ballgame. Let's see.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Chargers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Fields. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Fields finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Back to throw. Fields, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Bounced right back on it, keeps possession. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right, to be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Luke Kuechly able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Chargers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. Fields. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it looks like the offense isn't going. Anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. To throw on 2nd down. Herbert, the attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23.
Keep tight end. We got 4.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yeah. Under 10. Go. Load it. Check 31.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
54. Oh, you got deep? Go. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. Now. Mike's by 4. Hey.
And again this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Back to throw. Herbert. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Quick pass out to Miller. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This short throw caught by Goddard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. From the gun, Fields. This is caught by Williams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Off play action. Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Off the play fake. Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And they're first down. Go 58's the mic. Down to lose 1. Check. Fresno. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice the game, plenty of time left for being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Hey, Sam off. 60 Pittsburgh. Spike.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there.
And the Raiders have got him. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Fields. His short throw caught by Goddard. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Chargers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Fields. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
54. Tackles. Hey, Haywood. Right there. 54, Mike.
Here's the 2nd and 7. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A 3rd down gain of 19. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
On the double. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Mike, coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And to give this time to the tailback. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
On the ball.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
64,
First down, Raiders.
And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. You go tight. You got tight. You now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because it certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, hey! Right there. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. 80 weapon.
Now they try the right side here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Lock it, lock it. 58, come on. Yep. Watch the run, watch the run. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Hey, lock it. Check. Check. Like, yo, 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 go, go. Get it.
They'll try and run for it, going absolutely nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, The winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes.